Praise and power all. Welcome to a moment of harmony. Let me get this situated because I got a little one in the background that I know once she knows I'm live, she's gonna do everything she can to get up into the screen. So we're moving it around. Welcome to a Saturday moment of harmony. This may be our first Saturday moment in a very, maybe all month, maybe in a couple of months. It's been real. It's been real, and you guys have shown great grace and mommy mercy, and I'm super duper grateful for that. But here we are today on a Saturday moment. And we're watching in real time. We're getting ready to leave about in November. And boy, oh boy, about the end of this year, okay? So super duper welcome, super duper grateful. Welcome again to a moment of harmony and our regularly scheduled time of a Saturday moment. We jumped into this morning at 10:30, but we're here and we're getting it in, and I'm so excited to get into all the things that we have to get in today. So we are in a manifestation series. We have been in a manifestation series for most of the year. Literally most of the year we've been manifesting more. I'm the last year of my 30s. We are in the last year of a lot of things, and we are moving to the door of my 40th birthday with an entire manifesting more series. We've been working on shifting perspective, using manifestation tools, going within ourselves in order to create the lives that we desire and that we deserve. We all know the tools, different tools that we've used to get where we are, whether it's going to school, going to work, however you make your resources come to fruition. But in this coursework, we are going into the tools of creating from a spiritual space, from a cleansed, healed state of being. And it has been working. Now, here's the thing about it's being working, because I'm getting your DMs and I know that great things are coming your way, and some people are like, oh, what's happening? I'm right there with you. When things start to move around, listen, they move around. Okay, just keep. I put up on my one of my, what is it, Kelly Price. I put up on one of my stories over the week. Kelly Price, count it all joy. Listen, know that it's all working towards where you're going, and we must continue to do our work. We must keep it moving. We must stay motivated. We must keep manifesting no matter what. Let us keep it going. So today's episode is entitled a manifestation mic check. Y'all, we're doing a mic check. 1 2 1 2. We're checking in on what we're speaking to our seasons. We're checking in on what we're saying over our lives, what we are ourselves orating for, what is coming to us, for what belongs to us, for what already is ours. So we're going to be doing that today. Manifestation mic check, mic check. Now, we are again, for all my astro heads, I know everybody is not. Bear with me, okay? For all my astro heads, we are coming up out of retrograde this weekend. Ooh, give thanks. It has had some people up in a Fort Nelson, okay, choking us out. You know what I'm saying? But we're coming up out of it, and I want to make sure that as we begin to move ourselves out of spaces, a lot of people spent time with family over the week. Some people spent time alone. I mean, it just can be a time, okay, of pressure, of timelines, of expectations, of comparison, or I shouldn't even say review, right? An overall review of your year and your time thus far. And it can bring so much out of us. Some great things and accomplishments and joys and satisfaction, but also anxiety and worry and retro. We're going to get into all of that today with the manifestation mic check 1 2 1 2. I want to make sure you're saying the right things to yourself. You're speaking the right victories over your season, and you are calling in. That's the manifestation part. You are calling in the right things to your life. So we're going to get all up into that today. Manifestation mic check 1 2 1 2. So we're having a manifestation mic check today. Now, in this series, we wanted to get into, in this series, when we got everything started with manifesting more. This is the, manifesting moments under the umbrella of a moment of harmony, and got into this coursework. When we got into all of this, it really was just about not just going into another year, but really another chapter. As I've been moving towards 40, I've entitled it My Next Decade Parade. it just this entire year of 39, I had intended for it to be just a year of reflection, celebration, acknowledgement, graduation, and preparation for a brand new chapter. Again, not a new year, a new level of being, a new frame of thought, a new um, section. Mommy Mercy, please and thank you. Can you take that? Thank you. A new level. I told y'all. I said when she wake up and realize she's gonna do whatever she can to come on in 6 year olds. Okay. Um, Mommy Mercy. That was the whole goal was like we don't just want to prepare for something for the next thing. We want to prepare for the next phase, the next level. And I felt that deeply within my soul. And so I started all of this research and going into all the theories of manifestation. I've done so much manifestation studying. Oh my goodness gracious. And just the energy I put into the manifestation study, child, is probably would have so many things moving around in my life. Because when I tell you uproots, upheavals, tower moments, revelations, harvest, growths, all of the things, they are happening. And but again, I've done so much work on what is it that I deserve and how do I utilize that within myself, those energies, those vibrations to get me to there and through there. Take me through there. You know what I'm saying? Get me up to those where I'm trying to be. Get me to where what I've been dreaming of, what I've been believing in. Let's actualize. Peace and welcome to a moment of harmony. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we are getting in there, right? We're getting into it. So, in a lot of the work that I've used so many works, so many of um, my own personal cultural, what is it, references and framework around how NG get to our way, peace and welcome, and how we've done things. But also, I've looked into a number of what is it of the experts, what they consider to be the experts on the laws of attraction, and I've done so much studying, and a great deal of my research has come from The Secret, the movies, the documentaries, the interviews. I have this super cool book I got for my birthday last year of Daily Teachings of the Secret by Rhonda Byron. And I've been reading one excerpt every week, and then the moment has been loosely curated around the subject matter of the excerpt. So I'm going to quickly read the excerpt for this week, and then we're going to get into today's moment, manifestation mic check. Are you speaking what you should be speaking? Are you creating a vibration around what is coming to you that serves you, or are you operating in a vibration that's working against you? Is it blocking and is it making things harder? Easier said than done, I know, because listen, sometimes you just want to get it all out. You just want to express yourself. But I want to make sure that we are balanced in what we're bringing. Okay, we're bringing in. We're not just bringing in the chaos. We're not just bringing in things that we're tired of. We're not just bringing in. I would like us to get to the point we're not bringing that in at all. But that takes tools, and we are going to get some of those today on a Moment of Harmony. So welcome and welcome again. Thank you for joining again, and let's do some manifestation work, okay? So, The Secret, bear with me while I read this quick excerpt of the teachings. It says, you have the ability to command anything. Here is something you can say to command the negative thoughts to leave you. Be gone. You have no part in me. I am spirit. I harbor only the good and perfect thoughts of spirit. Never were truer words spoken. Okay, and that came from The Secret Daily Teachings, right? So now we're going to get into my moment. So pretty much the excerpt is saying, you as a creator, creatis, shout out to PLM, Baba Imhotep, who taught us creator became creation by becoming creation created, right? You being that being of light, you being the embodiment of creation, have a power, peace, and welcome. You have a power invested in you that you can create. You can create with thought. You can create with action. Your hands. You can create with your hands will be motion, and you can create with words. And I am here, especially as a wordsmith and a poetress. Okay, some of the greatest things you create in this life start at the verbal. Now we have the thought first, and then we go in peace and welcome, and then we go into the verbal. But we create. That's literally what we do. We are reflections of creation. We are embodiments of creation, and we create. I feel like if we can keep that at the forefront of our mind, we would be more careful about what we say, think, and do. We would be more intentional about what we take in, because what we create comes from the tools that we have within us, okay? And a lot of times the tools or the information or the resources that we're using are stuff that is not working for us. Stuff that is low vibrational, stuff that is counterproductive, stuff is inhumane, insanity, especially in this day and age. Is so much more junk can get in than we need. And when we're ready to go out, we're overly stimulated. We are, we're drained. We're exhausted before we can even begin to create. Peace, the besties here. Peace, everyone. Thank you for joining me on A Moment of Harmony. I'm super grateful for your presence. We're greatly exhausted before things even get started. So, being able to keep in the forefront of your mind, I create. I create. I cannot take part in these things because I create. I cannot wallow in these types of thoughts because I create. I can't hang around these type of people. I create. I can't be in this arena or in this environment. I create. I can't get stuck in places that don't serve me because I create, and I'll create more of what doesn't serve me. So I create. Understanding that and working from that standpoint throughout this entire moment is going to get us to creating some different things for ourselves. We again are on our manifestation mic check. Manifestation mic check. How are you doing? Where are you? How are you? And how is that interfering with what you are bringing into you? What are you speaking over your life? What are you speaking about your life? What are you speaking about yourself? And how is your verbal vibration blocking or elevating? We're gonna get all up into all of that more and more today. So, with the manifestation mic check, the excerpt says you have the power to command. We went back into our abilities to create, the powers endowed and invested, right? The powers that we came here with as spiritual beings in this human experience. Manifestation mic check. Does your manifestation mic work? Are you speaking on this mic things that are bringing in more of what doesn't work? So we are doing that. We ready? Now, as we get into the manifestation mic check today, there's a couple of places that we're going to go. I'm going to first go into us being too tired to talk. We are reaching a space and a place of exhaustion, and it is being counterproductive. Being able to get into spaces of rejuvenation, being in spaces of hope, being in spaces of magnetizing, like great and wonderful things. These are places we want to really be able to get back to. We're going to get more into that because we are just being fatigued. We are having future fatigue, and we are not bringing in the futures that we really want for ourselves. We're not even bringing in the presence that we deserve for ourselves. So in this future fatigue, we are too tired to talk, and we are fumbling our futures because of that. Now, the next part we're going to get into is say it with your chest. We're going to get into saying it with our chest, speaking from our heart space about where, how, who, those things that really are mattering to us right now, but making sure that we're coming from a healed perspective when we're speaking over our season. We're going to get into that. And then we're going to get into lack got your tongue, making sure that we're not giving our power to the lack. We're not serving the lack in our lives and having that serve us back. Because whatever you give to gives back to you. And is lack giving to you or is abundance given to you? And we're going to get that all situated today on a moment of harmony on our one check it 1 2 1 2 on our manifestation mic check. What are you speaking? Who are you speaking to? And what is vibrating throughout your life right now? And if it's not what we want, it's the perfect time, and we don't have nothing but space and opportunity to change it. We are moving into December. We are moving into the last month of the year. Can y'all believe it? We are moving into the last month of the year. I'm like, in a week, I'll be like 2 months from 40 years old. What is happening? We started this series from my 39th, and look at us moving just like that. We are moving into the last month of the year, and I want to make sure if what we have been saying has been moving us into a space we don't want to be in, let's change the conversation. Let's shift our conversation direction. Let's switch our vibrational tone. We're ready for it, right? Manifestation mic check. First thing, too tired to talk. We are too tired to talk. And what I mean by we're too tired to talk is that your voice, your throat chakra, right? That power of authority. A lot of our authority, our intention, our direction, it comes from the ability to speak. That is happening, and I don't know what that glitch was. There's so many times where a nightmare may be happening, and in the nightmare for myself, I can't talk, right? I can't talk. And it's something, it renders me powerless. Your hands still work, your body still works, but the fact that I don't have a voice in the nightmares become like, those are my worst nightmares, when I can't get words out. And why is that? Why is it that everything else still works, but if the voice doesn't, we seem powerless. We cannot convey, we cannot express, we cannot command, we cannot exude everything to the extent of which we possibly could. That is happening because there is power in your throat chakra. The vibration, the energy, the intention, it brings, it clears, it creates. This is what your voice does. Your voice is not just heard. It's not just something for you to express. Your voice brings, it clears, and it creates. It is a vibration as such. And to back that up, I want to think about, I know that we're on all walks of life here at a Moment of Harmony. Trust me, you're in a safe space. You're in this place of love. As long as you came here under the guise of what? Positivity, you came to the right space, okay? I'm not judging. Here's the thing. We are in all walks of life, in spiritual spaces, as my aunt likes to call it. And in all of these walks of life, so when I was growing up, my mother was on a great journey of exploration many times. I've been in all types of different spiritual institutions and different religious institutions because of my mother's journey to finding her way and taking all of us along. So what I did notice, now as a child, I hated it, right? Confusion. It was confusion. It was like, what are we? What do we do? What do we think? What do we believe? But I love it and I appreciate it now that I'm an adult because I'm grateful to have seen so many cultures and so many walks, understandings of God and higher power and source energy. And it allows me to like move through the technicalities, or it allows me to laser in what I experienced that looked like it worked, that felt like something. It allows me to find the common denominator in all types of spiritual religious practices and be centered within myself, right? So here's the thing. This is one thing I took from all of the different places that I've been in during like spiritual times of like heightened times of spiritual moments, practices, rituals, clearing and revivals and all of those types of things. Whenever in these more spiritual or even religious spaces, there is a lot of call and response. Lots of verbal call and response. Whether I was in the mosque, lots of call and response. Whether I was in the Catholic arena, call and response. Whether I was in the church, lots of call and response. There also is a great deal of there also is a great deal of trying to get this person out of here and they're not listening to me. There's a lot of call and response, but there's also a great deal of sounds, whether it is music and the choir or the chorus or a hum or a hymn. There's also a great deal of word sound vibration in praise and worship, right? And excuse me, I'm sorry. I need you to please leave the room, okay? I did not want to have to stop my recording. Mommy mercy, because I've been giving all the signals. I've been giving hand signals. I've been and I'm getting ignored. Got to go. That's a got to go. All right. Thank you so much. So, child, they don't care. Okay, they don't care. So thank you for caring. Somebody has to. Okay, so what I've learned in those places is that there is the voice is a vibration vehicle. That's what I'm saying in so many words. The voice is a vibration vehicle. I've learned that when it comes to movement, when it comes to spiritual momentum, when it comes to attracting and releasing, the voice is a very vibrant and necessary vibrational vehicle. And when we talk about manifestation, we're only talking about vibration, right? Remember, I don't know in the very beginning, but used to talk about this a lot on my moments. And I used to talk about the analogy that was taught to me about manifestations, about how the reality of existence was just like everything operating in existence, like the movie. Was it not Frequency? Frequency was kind of like that, but there was another one, Deja Vu, right? Where there's multiple levels of operation of your life in the same life. The best possible outcome, the worst possible outcome, and where you are. And how tuning into where is your most likely outcome literally is a tuning into the vibration of existence. If you stay in a low state of being, if you stay in a low thought frame, action frame, mind frame, then the worst possible outcome is always waiting for you. Yes, you'll always run out of money. Yes, you'll always be sick. And yes, you'll always be upset. Yes, those generational curses and patterns will just keep being repetitive in your life because you're tuning into the lowest vibration of possibility. If you are in the middle and you are lukewarm and sometimes you're up and sometimes you're down and you're not doing all the work you can to be at the best possible state of being, you are not creating, you are just existing, then you coast. You coast. And if you hit a high vibration, you catch yourself a good blessing. And if you get stuck in a low vibration, then you stuck in some things you don't want to be in and you're coasting. And most of us operate there. We just are hoping and a wishing, and sometimes a good thing comes our way, and we are coasting, we are existing. But when you tune into I create, that is not a space of fear. That is not a space of worry. That is not a space of doubt. I know it's easier said than done. But when you tune into the vibration of I create, those are the highest, best possible outcomes. Those are you, yes, getting approved. Those are you, yes, getting a ring. Those are you, yes, going into your next plan or your next journey. That is that raise popping up. That is that, healthy baby being born. Like, this is you tuning into your best possible outcome. They all exist. They're all in operation at all times. It is contingent upon your vibration. And right now, I am highlighting how our voice becomes the vehicle of the vibration. Even when we get into more intimate spaces, right? You know what I'm saying? Even when we get into more intimate spaces, Which and trust me, I know that a lot of people in today's time, and I know a lot of the when we talk about these intimate spaces, there's like a very perverted, very lustful energy around it. But for me, I'm talking spiritual, right? When we get into these more intimate spaces, this is a sanctuary, right? This is for me. This is a space of vulnerability, of power, of alignment, of revitalization. It's a space of joy. It's a space of freedom, right? So it is a sanctuary, essentially. I find that to be like a sanctuary. And if you get into this space, into these more intimate spaces, imagine how, not imagine, pay attention to how you use your voice to elevate, to express the freedom of allowing that vibration to go, and how it does recalibrate, how it does recenter. It clears the mind, it opens the heart. It is because we are allowing the voice to be this vibrational. There is more, we're less inhibited. We are not afraid to be loud. We are not afraid to call out. We are not afraid to say things. And we get bold and we get vulnerable and we get close and we get kind. We get into a very sacred, sensual space of beingness. And it is, again, how the voice and the sounds operate in the sacredness of that space. It becomes a conveyor. This is normally a space of not a lot of words, but a ton of energy and a ton of actualization, creation. It is literally act of creation. But when we get into that, this being able to get to the point of where we are in our everyday life. So in sacred spiritual spaces, lots of call and response. Even sometimes when we get into intimate spaces, there'll be sometimes where it's like, did you mean what you said? Was you just saying that? Because of how free and liberal you are to speak to the essence of a person, to speak to the desires, speak desires as if they were, and create an actualized energy in real time. It's sacred, it's spiritual, right? I know, like in the Bible, they speak about life and death being in the tongue. We are talking about us not talking. People not speaking over their situations, people not speaking up, people not speaking to each other. And life is in what you have to say. Death is also in what you have to say or what you are not saying. And when it comes to a manifestation mic check, make sure your microphone is working. You're not getting together the way you've so sorry. So the blinking that keeps happening, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but the blinking that keeps happening is because my do not disturb is on. And as people are trying to call me, for some reason, it's still blinking out, and it shouldn't be doing that. Come on, phone, get it together. And then a phone call actually was able to come through. So what? Okay, bear with me. We're doing this. So the too tired to talk, right? So when we get into these spaces and we have this courage and this freedom, I'm talking about praise and worship. I'm talking about expression and freedom. I'm talking about creation energy. I'm talking about the release of sound, word, sound, vibration, and blessing from the inside of you, and how that moves those energies closer to you. When we get into games like Marco Polo, or even when we're just like, we were in Walmart last night, me and the children, and I called them, lovely, beautiful, or they may say, Mom, it is they're looking for me. A lot of us are so quiet, and our blessings are looking for us. Our breakthroughs are looking for us. Resolve, conclusion, healing is trying to find its way to us, and we're just too quiet. We've got future fatigue, and we've gotten too tired to talk. We've gotten too tired to cry out. We've gotten too quiet we've gotten too tired to call out. We feel like we've talked and we've talked and we've talked, and we're becoming hoarse with hope, right? And we need to get to the point where understanding, is your mic on? What it is and where it is you're going, what it is you want. Have you stopped speaking of light? Have you stopped speaking that into your existence? Have you stopped talking about your dreams and your goals? Are you giving up? Are you speaking more death than life? Are you speaking more dark than light? Because of where you are, because of where we are climatically, because of where we are culturally, because of where we are systematically, have you been shut down? Have you stopped speaking life? Have you stopped speaking life? I know, like, as a poet, there are times like I'm working on so many projects right now, and I need these projects, but the writer's block, right? The writer's block comes in. It's not no such thing as writer's block. Let me tell you guys, there's no such thing as a writer's block. There's no such thing as a money block. There's no such thing as a energy block per se. And I'm not saying these things don't exist. When I say no such thing, I'm saying that they are under the name of another energy or another, excuse me, level or lane, and that level is spiritual blockage. If you cannot create flow of income, if you cannot create art and art and expression, if you are in a space where you cannot create connections and bonds, healing and create, if you cannot create these spaces, these connections, these healings as a creator, your creativity is not blocked. Your ambition is not blocked. Your focus is not blocked. Your spirit is blocked. We're talking spiritual blockages. I create. And as a creator and creatist, if I am not creating what works for me in my life, I am spiritually, that which I use to create is blocked. And I'm saying, you are drained and you need a spiritual drain. Oh, get in there and get unclogged. Use your voice. Use your voice. And now everybody doesn't go to a religious or spiritual institution. Everybody's not in call and response at church. Everybody's not sitting up saying prayers go up and the blessings come down. Everyone doesn't have a hum and a hymn, and it's not happening on a regular basis to them. Go outside and yell out to the world. Talk. Open your voice right now in your space that you're in and say, I am done with feeling the way that I feel. I surrender to the powers of myself. I create healing. I create clarity. I create understanding. I create elevation. I create the open doors. I see them opening before me. Speak over yourself. What song is that? That's a song. Speak over yourself. Inspire yourself. Encourage yourself. That's the song. Speak over your season. We're in a space now where we rather text than talk. Oh my goodness, this is such, for us millennials, this is such a, I think I text people way more than I talk to them. I actual hear words, actual communication, text, right? We're in a texting, typing era, and we are too tired to talk. We're too busy to open our mouths. We can scroll. We don't mind scrolling. We don't mind gaming. We don't mind texting. We can do everything but talk. But open our mouths to one another. I need to hear your voice, the lost art of the voice and the vibration that the voice carries. Your voice is an instrument of elevation. It is, and I'm not just saying if you sing. Some people say that about singers. I'm saying your voice is an instrument, period, from as a creator, at embodying creation. Your voice is one of your most major, like the excerpt says, you have the authority. This is your authority. You thought it, you're creating, you must speak it. You must say it. but we are too tired to talk. And because we are too tired to talk and we'd rather text, because we are too tired to talk and we'd rather binge and we'd rather scroll and we'd rather weep, instead of open our mouths and allow there to be clearance, allow there to be magnetization, allow there to be actualization, we've gone quiet. We've been successfully gagged and bound. We've been successfully in this societal structure quieted. Shh. Stop speaking on your blessings. Stop creating more for yourself. Stop working above the evils of the society. Stop moving around the mountains that's been placed in front of you. Just be quiet. You can reach more people on social media. You can talk. You can do more expression via text. They've given us this illusion that we're doing more by saying less. This is what society has sold us. And who doesn't know by now that if society is selling it, we probably shouldn't be buying it, right? They are have convinced us that we're doing more by saying less. And we are ridding ourselves of connection, not only old school human connection, not only good old eye contact and hand-to-hand connection. We are ridding ourselves of connection from the present to the future, from the present to the past. We are interfering with our Sankofa because we will not open our mouths. We will not speak victory when necessary. We won't call when something comes. We won't send what needs to be said. We won't say it, shall I say. We'll send what needs to be said. That's what I should say. We need to speak. And so understand that if you are at the point where you say, I've talked about my vision so much. I say that all the time. What is the point of keep on talking about what I want and what I need? Who is listening? Who cares? Who's going to do it anyway? What's going to happen? Speak to the universe. Speak to source energy. It doesn't get to the point of speaking to a person. This is not their call anyway. You get lost in translation. It's like the game of a universal telephone. It's like the game of telephone. You whispering your thoughts and your beliefs, and you're trying to get it through people to the universe. It's not getting there the way you intended it anyway. Speak straight up. Speak up about where you're going. Speak up, right? Speak up. Speak highly. Speak in high vibration. Speak life. Speak elevation. Speak clearance. Speak understanding. Speak victory. Speak over your season. Now, but we've gotten, again, this place has tired us out. I told y'all we're just coming out of a retrograde. Lord have mercy. We're still hanging on. We're coming out and we're saying, I just can't talk about it. I don't have the words to say. I don't know what to say. We are in the low vibration, ridicule, rejection, inaccuracy. All of these things are shutting us down for speaking over our circumstance. For opening it. Do you know that when you open your mouth becomes a portal of possibility? Your mouth is a portal of possibility. When you open your mouth, you simultaneously open your heart, you open your mind. This is how people know what's on your mind. This is how people know what you're thinking or where you're coming from. Because when I open my mouth, this portal of possibility, it opens me up to transparency, to clarity, to expression. And we've grown so tired of it. We're so afraid of it. We've been used, we've been manipulated, we've been misguided, we're overstimulated, and we have future fatigue. It is keeping us from moving things in and moving things out. The stagnation that you are feeling is the lack of authority that you are speaking over your life. The frustration and the repetitive patterns of dysfunction that you are getting lost in, suffocated in, choked to death in, is your lack of authority You have not stood up and spoke over your season, spoke over your relationship. Have you whined about it? Yes. Yes, you vented about it. You might even wrote about it a time or two in your journal. But have you spoke with conviction and authority? Have you spoke with love and light, truth and certainty over this is not the end for me. This is not the season for me. This is not the life for me, but what is? Because we can't just speak not, right? What is what I see for myself and what I feel for myself, what I want for myself, what I'll have for myself. When is the last time you spoke that to your life? Not to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your home girl, not to your even, not even just to the people around you. When is the last time you spoke that to your life? As for me and mine, we shall have, I will create, I expect, I accept, I receive, I create. Speak it. We are too tired to talk, and your voice is the vibration vehicle. The distance between where you are and where you want to be requires vibration, and your voice is the vehicle that takes you there. Every spiritual practice shows us that, teaches us that. Chants, hums, prayers, mantras, they all are word, sound, vibration, healing, elevation towards power. And we need those. And you need that in your life. I don't care if you're repeating something you learned on YouTube. Speak over your life. Speak over your dry season. Speak over your confusion. Speak over your disappointment. Speak life to your life. This is a manifestation. Mic check. Mic check. Is your microphone on, boo? Is it on? Because you aren't saying anything. You're too tired. You're too afraid. You're too downtrodden. You're too overwhelmed to speak. This is what systematic is. It has been designed to keep you quiet. But no great, wonderful change has come from the quietness. All good things and wonderful things come from this gift of voice. The power of life. If you quiet it, it will stop. It stops when you stop it. But refuse to be quiet about where you are going. Refuse to be quiet about what should be coming to you. Refuse to be quiet about what you deserve. Refuse. Resist silence. Now, I'm not saying that we don't go into spaces of quiet contemplation, peace, and serenity. I'm talking about fighting, though. I'm talking about battle, though. I'm talking about creating, though. I'm talking about gaining and getting. Resist the pressure to be silent. Falling into the cracks of your broken heart. Resist it. Buried low, down low beneath your dreams and desires. Resist the stagnation of silence. Don't be too tired to talk, because it keeps you from getting to your next level of self. Open your mouth. I am calling out to all things that are looking for me. If you are looking for me, husband, here I am. You shall hear me. If you are looking for me, blessings, here I am. If you are looking for me, community, I am here. If you are out there and we in the grocery store life and you calling out saying, where is she? You shall hear my prayers. You will hear my worship. You will hear my anointing and my authority. I command alignment. I command clarity, balance, justice. I speak them. Speak them. What does it say? Speak those that are not. Speak things that are not as if they were. Authority. Authority. Prophecy. Responsible manifestations. So, not only are we too tired to talk, the next thing, my next point, say it with your chest. We out here, we are saying things. But we're saying things in defeat. We sure doing a lot of hoping and a wishing. When what we need to be doing is, when I say it with your chest, I mean from your heart. Speak, and a lot of times say it with your chest is talking about conviction. It's talking about surety, right? Say it with your chest. Don't just get out here and say your time, my season, right now, my healing. I'm not just saying it, well, I sure hope this is my season. I'm just going to get up out this bed today and see what the day brings to me. Say it with your chest. Now, why are we not speaking with our hearts? Right? We are not trusting our hearts. Our hearts are broken. Our hearts are barely beaten. our hearts have our hearts have felt disappointment. Our hearts are scarred. Our hearts are in patterns. So we're not saying things. We're not speaking over our lives, and we're not speaking with our hearts when we do, because we are not properly utilizing the seasons of your heart. All right, let me get comfortable for this one, y'all, because this one right here, okay, right? The seasons of your heart thing. Because I know this from my healing sessions, this from my own life perspective, this from my studies and my research. When it comes to people, a lot of times we feel like at our best is when we create our best. I'm at my best when I do that. I'm at my best when I do this. And if things are going right, I'll operate from my best. When we are not at our best, excuse me, when we are not at our best, we tend to lay low, stay quiet, and we lose conviction. We lose surety. We lose faith. Whatever. We feel upset. We feel guilt. We feel shame. We feel defeat. And we get quiet, and we get broken, and we get low. And we stay there for a minute, okay? Because we're not even coming out of these cycles. We get into survival mode. A tool that I want us to be able to use today in the manifestation moments under a moment of harmony is I want us to be able to appropriately, properly utilize the seasons of your heart. A broken heart does not mean don't talk, don't speak, don't work, don't think, don't try. The season that your heart is in dictates how you speak, not that you speak, okay? It dictates how you work, not that you work. It dictates how you move, not that you move. So a lot of times when we're in a broken space, we just stop, like a car broke down. We just don't go. Hearts are not cars. They do not work like that. You don't need gasoline. You don't need a tune-up. You just need a beat. That's how we know a heart is working. You just need a beat, boom. If you have a beat, then you have a heart that works. If you have a beat, you have a heart that works. And if your heart is working, have your heart work for you. If your heart is working, make sure it works for you. So here's the thing. If you have a broken heart, because a lot of us, when we get in the broken-hearted place, nowhere, done, kaput, right? We're not even doing anything anymore. If you have a broken heart, this requires a gentler speech, a gentler environment. Learn how to utilize the season of your heart for your deliverance. Say it with your chest. Still speak from your heart. But a broken heart comes from a broken heart requires gentleness. A broken heart requires caution. A broken heart requires rest. You're coming from a space of rejuvenation. So it's not that I don't speak over my life, but instead of saying, I demand healing, now I am in a space of healing. I am preparing my life for rejuvenation. I encourage my heart to grow and to heal. I am awaiting the healing of my heart. I am nurturing my heart daily. This is But it doesn't mean I don't speak. I change my tone. But there's, again, a lot of times because we're defeated, because we're broken, because we're hurt, because we're afraid, we stop. The last thing you should do. Oh my goodness, I don't know where a headache is coming from. The last thing you should do, it's probably because I'm working. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you should do when you are lost, when you are in the woods, when you are all alone, when no one knows where you are, no one sees where you are, and Lord knows you are far from your destiny. The last thing you should do is be quiet. But what we do is we lay down and we die, child. We curl up with Netflix, child, and we don't come back to life. We get up into that phone. We get up into our feelings, and we curl up. Your broken heart does not dictate that you are silent. It implies that you are cautiously speaking over you are still moving, cautiously kicking. Okay? So, no, you're not going to exert yourself. You're not going to wear yourself out. You're healing. But I am going to think about it. When you're lost away, you get people, hey, anybody out there? I'm over here. Help. Somebody help. Open your mouth. This is not a season of silence. Because you are surviving does not mean a season of silence. You still are needing to speak victory. You still are needing to speak safety. You still are needing to speak growth. So knowing that you're in that season. Now you get into other seasons. When your heart is in a season of courage, you feeling revitalized, you feeling strong. This is a season where you take risks. You go after things you may not normally go after. You try new things out. You love again. You start dating again. There are seasons of your heart. And utilizing the seasons of your heart allow you to speak appropriately, accurately, truthfully, and powerfully from your heart space. We don't went from the throat chakra to the heart chakra, right? Say it with your chest. Don't be too tired to talk. And then when you do talk, say it with your chest. Say what you mean. Say how you mean it. Say what you need. Say what you want. Say it. If you're a little less courageous, say it gently. But do not stop speaking over your season. Do not stop speaking over yourself. Do not stop speaking over what's happening around you. And what I mean by also not speaking, and do not get content in speaking negativity. This is not going to change. I'm so tired of this. I hate this. This is never going. I never get. I won't ever have. This won't ever be. Y'all, I am not preaching. I'm sharing. Okay? Say it from your heart. Is that what you mean deep inside of yourself? Are you speaking from defeat and defensiveness? Or are you speaking from divinity? Say it with your heart. Are you speaking from declaration? Say it with your heart. But Harmony, my heart is broken. Speak through the cracks of your heart. But Harmony, my heart is tired. Speak through the exhaustion of your experiences. But Harmony, my heart is confused. Speak through the chaos of your reality, because you are speaking a new reality. If you don't speak to it, you'll sit through it right where you are. Speak to it or sit through it. So I have to look at this season I'm sitting in right now, and I'm not sitting through this. I don't have one more day. I don't have one more day of silence, because the tears, because the pain, because the overwhelming, because of the defeat, because of the frustration and the worry. I need to utilize the season of my heart. If my heart requires peace, I speak from a place of peace. If my heart requires passion, I speak from a place of fire. If my heart requires courage, I speak from a place of risk and adventure. And my heart requires exploration. I speak from the places of curiosity. But I don't stop speaking. If I'm in my heart is in a space of exploration, then I say, show me, guide me, give me. But I don't stop commanding. I just operate accurately from the season of my heart. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Where are you going? What do you need? How do you get there? How are we healing this? How are we moving through this? How are we growing this? How are we creating in this? I create. Say it with your chest. Not saying it with wishing, not saying it exhaustingly, not saying it from desperation. Say it with your chest. I create. I am a creator. I came here. I don't worry about what's next. I create what's next. But if I'm not utilizing the heart in the season of my heart, I'm not speaking over my season. I'm not saying it with the beauty of and the strength and the power of my heart chakra, then I am just waiting. Then whatever comes next, comes next. And whatever follows, follows. And whatever shows up, shows up. And I'll keep talking about that. I'll keep whining. I'll keep venting. I'll keep crying. But when will I start commanding? When do we start declaring? When do we start the authority part of this life, of the creator you embody? So, stop being too tired to talk. Y'all, I know it. Listen, a headache is coming for me right now, child. I probably should have slept longer last night. Hey, Mr. Carter. Hi, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes, catch me back on a replay. No worries. You enjoy your Saturday. Too tired to talk, child. I know about it. What if I wouldn't? I open my mouth and what? And say what? And what will come out that I haven't said before? And what will come out that I haven't? Stop being too. Say it. Say it again. Speak it again. This time with your chest. This time with your heart. This time with your whole existence. Speak over your reality. Now, this brings us to our last point because we're about to go over our moment and we're getting into it. Last point. Black got your tongue. Y'all know the saying, cat got your tongue. When it comes to manifesting, when it comes to creating for ourselves, it's not the cat that got our tongue, right? That's figuratively. It's the lack that has our tongue. Lack got your tongue. We are speaking lowly. We are speaking counterproductively. We are speaking backwards. We are speaking, oh my gosh, the things that we are saying inside of ourselves, the things that we are whispering to the people around us, the things that we are crying into our mics. Remember, this is a manifestation mic check. I heard what you said on the mic. That's what the universe is saying to you. I heard what you thought you got away with saying, but you said you couldn't do it. You said that you were too tired. You said you were too old. You said it was too late. You said you were too stupid. You said you were too wrong. I heard what you say. Lack got your tongue. And the universe is hearing what's being said on your mic check. So we're switching up the mic check today. Lack got your tongue. If lack got your tongue, and we're going to get ready to get out of here, right? If lack got your tongue, abundance does not have your attention. That's the point I want to end on, okay? When it comes to us manifesting more, when it comes to us creating stronger, more powerful, more great, more gentle, more evolved, more conducive experiences and realities for ourselves, keep in mind that we are holding, what we are holding is holding us. So if we are holding pain, if we are holding rage, if we are holding resentment, if we are holding doubt, if we are holding fear, that's what's got a hold on us. We in a what is it called? Chokehold. Got you in a chokehold, shorty. You're not getting out of it. But if you are holding space, If you are holding grace, if you are holding peace, you are holding ambition, if you are holding joy, if you are holding light, resolve, that's what has a hold on your life. That's what holds you back. A hug works both ways, right? That's what's holding you. That's what's cradling you. That's what's carrying you. So understand that if lack got your tongue, then abundance does not have your attention. I'm about to ask you, that's going to be a harmony, Richard, right when I get done with this. If lack got your tongue, abundance does not have your attention. And when you are on the manifestation mic of your life, and you are speaking about your life, and you are speaking over your life, and you are speaking about when you are speaking victory, when you are speaking motion, when you are speaking reality, and you are speaking momentum, if the only thing that comes out of your mouth is the lack, it is what you don't have. It is what you don't want. It is where you're not getting, what you're not getting, and where you're not going. Understand that what has your undivided attention is what will have your undivided intention, right? What has your undivided attention will have your undivided intention, and the universe will give you what they think you are intending to have in your life. If lack got your tongue, we're talking about manifestation reversal. I need to move towards abundance. I am speaking only life. I don't operate in the spirit of fear. I cannot operate in the spirit of lack, low, no, negative. So I need to speak about that this is coming about. I saw a meme, and I shared it. It was hilarious. But it was a meme about black ice, right? And it was about, it was a joke on how African Americans have the universal saying, God is good, or God is good all the time. And then the response to that is all the time, God is good. The irony in that call and response is that those types of, I don't even know if I want to call it the irony of it, because of where we are today is why I'm calling it irony. But those types of sayings, those types of greetings for one another, in the cultural community we say hotep, it means peace, we speak that to each other, hotep, hotep, hotep. I know a lot of times in Jewish communities they say like shalom. Everyone has what they say because it matters, right? It matters. But those types of saying, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, and having those call and responses amongst strangers, amongst community, amongst one another, these things came from our cultural survival of slavery and Jim Crow and segregation. And I mean, it came as a motivational momentum vibration, just like wade in the water, right? Just like the old, what they call old Negro spirituals. There's a leak in this old building, right? All of these things came about the vibration of talking about where we are, where we're going, and the hope we have for the future. And it was a way to say that while things are dark, and while things are low, and while things aren't great, I am speaking hope. I am speaking positivity. I am speaking remembrance and high vibration. I am lightening the heart of my reality, right? Utilizing the seasons of your heart. I am lightening the heart of my reality so that I can elevate towards the vibration of my desire. And we lose those things, right? I watch my, now I'm living in Baltimore right now for the moment, right? And you can, in Baltimore culture, you hear the young guys outside like, "Hey dummy, hey dummy, hey stupid." This is the greeting. And look at the environment. Look at the death rate. Look at the graduation rate. Look at what we're speaking. Look at what we're speaking. I don't want you to see what you're seeing. Don't get caught up on what you're seeing. I want you to look at what we're speaking. I don't need a man, don't want a man. I'm independent. I can do everything by myself. I can do bad all by myself, and you're doing all bad all by yourself. Is that not happening? I'm not. That's not for everybody. It's for whoever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the Cinderella shoe fits. But this is what all I'm saying. I didn't come in for nobody. I love you. I promise I do. I'm saying is look at what you're speaking. You are in places now in the positive that you spoke over your life. If I could just, I want to do more communal living, or I want to have my own, or I want a new car, or I want a better phone, or I want a better job, or I want to do work that makes a difference. You spoke some things, and you're living some of those things you spoke. Stop speaking. It stopped because you stopped, boo. It got low because you got low. It got dark because you got dark. It got stuck because you got stuck. Speak. Look at what you're speaking. Don't be too tired to talk. Say what you need. Speak over your life. Call out. Allow the freedom from your gut and your soul and your spirit to pour out of your mouth, out of that portal of possibility. Say it with your chest, with everything you mean, with everything you are, with all of the power invested in you. Say it through all the seasons of your heart. Speak over your life. Speak to your victory and your healing. And don't let lack have your tongue. If lack got your tongue, abundance does not have your attention. Stop talking what you don't want. Stop talking what you don't need. Stop talking what's wrong and what's not. Now, I'm not saying that we don't need to go and express. Bring some balance to that situation. If I'm talking to you about what's bothering me, we also want to talk about what's going to be freeing to me. I'm going to talk to you about going out there and talking to that tree. I'm going to talk to you about going and sitting in the grass. I'm going to talk to you about journaling when the new moon just came in. Okay, waiting on a full moon on December 4th. I'm going to talk about the balance, and I'm going to bring over, and I'm going to make sure I'm overindulging in the abundance, because that's where I'm going. That's where we're going. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend. We done gone over for a little bit. I don't want to go too far. But I definitely want to thank you for joining me for another moment of harmony. I want to thank you for manifesting more. You guys are doing a great job. When I see you again, we'll be in December, bro. We're going to be in December. Look at how far we've come with creating for ourselves. Don't stop creating for yourself. Don't stop creating within yourself. I create. I create. Count it all joy. It's all working out for the best of you. Go ahead and let it work out for the best of you. Why not? Speak life over the best. Talk about the best. Invest in the best for yourself. It's coming for you, boo. You're here. You're involved. You're serious about it. I'm serious about you. I'm serious about us. I'm serious about victory. We're speaking that over ourselves. So, go on. Take really good care of yourself. As y'all can see, my headache is coming in. I'm about to go do some things to take real good care of myself this Saturday. Take really good care of yourself. And then go on out your way. After you've done what you need to do for your beautiful, incredible, most powerful, phenomenal self, go on out your way and take really good care of someone else. Thank you for joining me for our moment of harmony. And I will see you next week for another moment of